Pisces, it's Suzanne here to do your weekly reading for March 23rd through the 30th. Okay, so we're starting with 2 oracle cards. We're not going to turn these over till the end of the reading because these 2 cards are for you only, and they're speaking to what your intuition is telling you. Okay. And then this deck, the Millennial Thoth, is a little different because the court cards are different in this deck. So the pages in this particular deck are actually the princesses. The knights are the prince. The queens are the queens. But the king is actually the knight in this deck. That's the biggest confusion. So if we see a knight, it's actually a king in this deck. All right. So this row is for you. And the bottom row is going to be for the person you're watching the video. One card that I've seen a lot of this week is the 7 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. All right, so we're going to turn over all of your cards first. So we have the Fool. Barney, knock it off. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands, which means we have the King of Wands. We have the Tower. And then we have the Universe, which is the world. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do a little numerology here, okay? So we're going to add up all of these cards. So we have 0, so there's no value to this card numerically, okay? And then the King of Wands actually has a value of 1. And then the Tower is actually number 16, which is 1 plus 16 is 17. And then 17 plus 21, let's just do that real quick. So that is 38. So 38 breaks down to 11, which is a master number, okay? And 11 is about enlightenment. So enlightenment and intuition. Somebody else got that. Cancer. Cancer got that. 11. So enlightenment and intuition is a theme for you this week. All right, so let's do the same thing with your person. So we have the 9 of Wands. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Wow. This reading feels very different from a lot of the readings this week on both sides. So for this person, 9 and 5 is 14, 14 and 10 is 24, and 24 and 10 is 34, which breaks down to 7, which is also about intuition. And, you know, for this person, the connection feels a little bit mystical right now, okay? But it's because their intuition is talking to them. Both people here have some strong intuition around them right now, okay? All right, so let's look at your row here first. All right, so the Fool. So it feels like you are at the beginning of something. you might be taking a risk around this connection that you have here, or there's a risk being taken towards you. King of Wands is about confidence. It's also about integrity. So that is important to you, that this connection maintains its integrity in some way. The Tower, as we know, is something here is drastically changing. And because it's a major arcana, that means that the universe has gotten involved in some way. That means that in some way here, you might have been resisting change for quite some time when it comes to this connection. All right. And then we have the universe here, which is the World card, which says that, you know what, something here needs to end. So Fool, so something can begin. So you can move towards something that actually is serving you. It feels like there's something in your life or something within this connection that is no longer serving you in some way. It doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that this person is not your person, but there's something within this connection that is not serving either one of you. Okay, so you might notice this change by something falling apart in your life, or you're perceiving something to be falling apart in your life. This could be a job going away. This could be something, around your assets, around your material goods. It could be that another relationship or something in your family, you're having a struggle in that area. But it's all for the greater good, because the universe or the world always says that there is satisfaction when you reach this point. There's satisfaction in this cycle ending in some way. Okay, so I feel like something had to fall apart in order for it to maintain a certain level of integrity. Now again, the Fool, that is, I'll tell you what, that is, to me, that is one of the funniest fools. And this card just does not seem to go with this deck a little bit. It's just a very funny card to me. The Fool, is almost blindly optimistic too. And that's a beautiful energy to be in. It's like, if you're going to assume anything in your life, you might as well assume the best instead of assuming the worst, because so many times the worst never happens. I mean, with what we're going through right now in the world, it's very easy to assume, oh my gosh, I'm going to be affected by this, this thing that's going around, it's going to get me. You could think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to work. Oh my gosh, my job is going to go away. You could think like that. That's a choice that we all have. Or you could think that maybe, because this is touching the entire world, you could be thinking, gosh, maybe if it's touching everybody in the world and it creates a commonality that we all share, that maybe we all come out better for it. I mean, there aren't too many things, that shut down the entire world, that make everybody take a step back and say, whoa, this is big. And I firmly believe that this is all happening for the greater good. We may not, and that's where trust and faith come into play. We have to trust and have faith that is the case. I don't think anything comes through this world that touches every single person. and it's not for the greater good. Okay? So this is really good optimistic energy to have. Optimism, integrity, even in the midst of challenge. Because there is going to be, or has been, a satisfying result or end to a cycle. All right, so we'll get more information on that in a minute. So down here for your person, we have 9 of Wands. So this person, has the energy of being very cautious. They might be very cautious because they're focused on the negative aspects of things, maybe the negative aspects of this connection. You can see, she has her head in her hands, and these 3 cups are turned over. The 3 of Cups is about happiness and joy and celebration. So the 5 of Cups illustrates how the 3 of Cups are turned over. Okay, so in other words, joy and happiness is not here right now for this person. However, what's at the top here? We have the 2 of Cups, which she is not focused on. Your person is not necessarily focused on this connection right now. Okay, I feel like the reason that this person may not be focused on the connection is because 10 of Pentacles, I feel like their abundance in some way is being affected. Okay, I don't reference to people who are already married that much, but I feel like the 2 of you might be married. And the reason I say that is because 10 of Pentacles in the Tower, I feel like you're sharing this change or challenge within your abundance, or maybe within your material wealth, within a marriage. And it could be affecting all aspects of the marriage, the emotional, the financial, the physical, and this person, while you have a very optimistic outlook, and you want to maintain integrity here within this connection, possibly within this marriage, all right, this person is looking at things from a pretty negative perspective. They are forgetting that the 2 of Cups is here, that this connection is mutual, that the connection is still here in spite of what might be going on, within the marriage or within the financial situation. And we have 10 of Wands sitting right next to it. And that's also why I say that this could be a very heavy financial burden for you and for this person. I feel like this person is, it's like their world is ending over this. And what people don't realize when they're caught up in that energy is that this too shall pass. And when it comes down to it, financial gain or loss really just has to do with stuff, and you can always get more stuff. And, and here's the deal. When you apply the 80-20 rule, in other words, like I've had a lot of houses in my life. Okay. And some of them have been pretty big. Most of them have been 3-bedroom, 2-bath, or bigger. And it's just me. Okay. It's just me and my dogs. All right. So no matter what house I'm in, all right, I have like 2 or 3 places where I spend almost all of my time. One is in the kitchen, one is in my office, and one is in my bedroom. And I do have, other bedrooms and other variety of places to sit and spend time, like I rarely spend a lot of time in my living room. I don't. I am in this office probably 80% of my time. And, you can put this desk and this chair that I'm sitting in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I would be just as good. Okay? You know, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. You know, I mean, people attach so much importance to stuff. And it's like, no matter how big your house is, going back to my point, no matter how big it is, or how many rooms, or how many bathrooms, or whatever, my last house had 4 bathrooms. And I rarely ever used more than one. I always used the same one. It's like, why did I need so much space? I didn't. It was a big lesson for me. Okay? And, you know, during hurricanes and big storms, I'd have trees, huge trees falling on my house. So, you know, you got to really look at things from different perspectives sometimes. You know, now I have a house half the size, and I'm probably twice as happy. So, anyway, I feel like in this particular reading, somebody needs to hear that, because, you know, stuff just doesn't matter as much as you think, and you don't miss it as much as you think you will, because the more stuff, the more burden. All right? And that's what this 10 of Wands could be. It's the burden of losing stuff. Hey. Okay. Okay. You're okay. All right. All right. Why, Barney? Why do they do this every time? Hey. So one of the great side benefits of people not being at work is that they walk their dogs all day long and right by my window. And the dogs see that. So my apologies for the dogs barking. All right, so we want to get some clarification here. I want to clarify the Fool for you. And I want to clarify this Tower for you. And then for this person down here, I want to clarify actually the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, and the 10 of Wands. All right, so the Fool for you, we have the Princess of Pentacles. So this is the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're looking in some way, you might be balancing this Fool energy with knowing what your limitations are right now, and at the same time looking for new opportunities. It could be that the two of you are doing this together. You might, I feel like you are definitely the stronger energy within this connection, or possibly within this marriage. You're the one that's keeping this person's head above water. You know, helping this person not to fall apart. And this Tower, what is this Tower about? Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. You know, Queen of Pentacles is about authenticity, no BS. You know, it's about, it can be about facing something that maybe you've been afraid of, maybe this person has been afraid of. You know, you might be facing the reality of losing stuff. And remember, that's all it is. It doesn't mean that it's not, you know, that it's not scary. It can be. But again, we have Pentacles here right in this row with the Tower. And I feel like this is about facing something. This is about dealing with it in the best way you possibly can. Down here, this 5 of Cups. What is this person focused on? Knight of Swords. This person, I'll tell you what. This person is thinking of running away from this situation. They're thinking of running away from the truth of this situation. 10 of Pentacles clarified by 7 of Cups. Yep, this person down here is looking at any choices possible in order to avoid a 10 of Pentacles disaster. They're looking at all of their choices, and running away from it is one of their choices. You know, you up here are trying to maintain the integrity of the situation, trying to realistically face what is in front of you, and you will get through it. 10 of Wands clarified by Temperance. So card of Sagittarius. This person is very out of balance right now. Okay, this person is struggling finding peace within a situation, struggling finding peace within the choices that they have. I don't feel like they really like any of the choices that they have. So this might be a situation where, you know, and I strongly feel like I keep hearing house, like somebody is about to lose their house. And if that's the case, you know, I'm truly sorry about that. That is not an easy thing to go through. But the fact that the 7 of Cups is showing up over the 10 of Pentacles says that there are choices, but running away from them is not the answer. This is not an extremely romantic reading. I'm aware of it, and you know, that's just how it is. But this is for somebody for sure. Your energy is much stronger. This person is falling apart down here. Let's see. 7 of Cups clarified by, yep, Ace of Swords. If this person can look at the truth of the matter, truth of the situation, everything will be okay. I want to clarify this Knight of Swords as well. 8 of Wands. One more. The Chariot. Okay. So I feel like even though this person down here is going through a lot, they are going to communicate with you. And again, if you're married to this person, I feel like it's going to be a serious talk about, you know, both of these cards, the Chariot and Temperance, are both in a way about balancing out the situation. Like our thoughts, okay, and our passion sometimes make a situation much worse than it has to be, okay? So, you know, balancing out our thoughts and our fire, our passion, is important when you're going through a difficult time. And you know what? A lot of people are going to be going through a difficult time with very, very similar situations. You know, let's clarify this 9 of Wands. 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so this person is doing what I just said. They have a tendency to overthink things to the point where they're making something into a catastrophe in their head, when the best thing you can do in these types of situations is do what you can do, okay? Do what you can do every day, whatever that small step is, do that, and then give the rest to God or give the rest to the universe to help you. That is the best thing you can do. So, you know, I can't emphasize that enough. That's really important. And in some way, I feel like you are going through this with this person. That's why I'm feeling like the two of you could very easily be married. You know, this could be a health crisis. This could be, you know, somebody losing their house. If they're in a health crisis, they might be, you know, financially struggling. All right, so what is your intuition telling you about this? Spiritual or religious community? Well, That's what we are here on YouTube, right? Join with the like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual growth. So you might be somebody that just recently found the tarot community because of this crisis that you're going through with this person. All right. What else here? All right. So we have the masculine. I feel like this situation rapidly changed on you. Like what you were thinking about and worrying about maybe 2 months ago is completely different now. Like your focus is completely shifted. All right. So, if this is, the masculine, I feel like the masculine needs your spiritual, community, your higher vibration, your higher level of faith, to help this person get through it. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing. Okay? This too shall pass. It will. I've been through things, very similar in the last 6 years of my life. The last 6 years of my life have taught me more than my entire life. That's for sure. And usually you learn the most and you grow the most, not during times of when everything is flowing along beautifully, but during times of challenge. That's when you grow. And if people think they're going to, get out of life without having any challenges, good luck. That's just not the way it works. All right. So Pisces, that is what I have for you. Okay. So again, a little bit of a different reading, but the message was coming through very clearly that this was what I needed to talk about with Pisces. All right. So I will be doing another topical reading on Friday. So if this wasn't your reading, check that out. All right. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week. All right. Bye.